If you're on the hunt for actionable insights on escaping the corporate grind, embracing entrepreneurship, and building financial freedom, then you've found your guide. Welcome to The Deep Dive with Drake, where the success stories of real entrepreneurs unfold. Join host Drake Abshire as he delves into creating a multifaceted entrepreneurial career, inspired by his impactful Southern heritage. The stage is set. Let's embark on this journey with Drake.
Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of The Deep Dive with Drake. I am so excited to talk about today's topic with you guys. It's something that has been really near and dear to my heart, something I'm very, very passionate about. And this episode is specifically going to be geared all about coaching, why I think coaching is important. We're going to talk a bit about why it's benefited me personally in my business and why I think it's going to make a huge difference in your career and why you should consider it, no matter what the career is, whatever business that you're a part of or whatever goals that you have personally. Coaching can make a massive difference, and having a great coach obviously is what's going to make a huge change in whatever it is that you're trying to pursue. And now, understanding, even if you're seasoned, if you're somebody new, coaching is important. I am almost 6 years now in real estate, and I still actively have a real estate coach, and I'm always working with new coaches or looking into new coaching programs, just because over the years I've seen the value of coaching and I understand why we need it so much. And so that's why today's episode, we're going to really dive into why these insights can change the way that you approach your personal life and your personal growth, and why it's going to make such a huge impact in your business. And so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this and really dive into the importance of coaching. Well, let's talk about the definition or the concept of exactly what I mean by coaching. Coaching is all about having someone who is really your guide, right? They're there to support you. They're there to get you through your challenges and help you to reach your goals. So it's not about just having someone to cheer you on, but rather they're a mentor, right? They help you strategize. They keep you with some sort of accountability. And then there's, of course, the growth. That's where that comes from, is knowing that you have somebody who's in your corner, who not only is going to make sure that you're getting the things done right in your business, but rather they're looking for new and smart ways that maybe you never really thought about before, or they're helping you identify weak areas within your business, ways that you can continue to improve. And that's the goal. So why is coaching so important? Well, let's talk about a few reasons why. Well, we're always looking for fresh perspective, right? Us as individuals, especially if you are an entrepreneur, you're working alone, if you don't have a business partner, we tend to be creatures of habit, right? We fall into our own ways of doing things, our cadence that we have of doing things specific, right? Doesn't matter how great you are at something. You can be the absolute best real estate agent out there. But if you're not having somebody who's looking at your business from an outside perspective and really saying to yourself, right, really telling you like, hey, these are some areas that can use improvement, or have you considered this maybe being a more efficient way of getting this self done, right? And so looking at goals that we can achieve, the accountability that's there. Accountability is huge. I don't think a lot of people realize how much more accountability can help you to really start to break numbers and reach bigger and bigger goals each time. Because if you notice, sometimes with any type of business, you get to a certain level of when you start finding success and you start closing deals, or you start making more sales, or you're doing whatever it is at your business, you're getting more clients, right? Then we tend to get to a place in our business where it feels like it's kind of running on autopilot, and we seem to stay stuck at a certain level. And so in order to break past that level that we're at currently, it usually requires either more systems being put in place, new ways of getting more business, or leveraging our time even more, or bringing in support staff, others who are able to help us. That way we can take on more responsibility or take on more agents, more clients, more deals, right? And so in order to do that, we have to understand now the process of hiring assistants, how to train them, how to continue to coach other assistants or other people that will work with us, right? HR starts to come into play. There's all these different facets, right? Systems and processes, putting it down on paper. There's checklists, all of these things that can help you to go through it. And so what I've started to learn was, rather than just doing this route of trial and error constantly, where you're constantly just trying all of these things, spending all of this money, and not just stopping and thinking to yourself, well, wait a minute, there's probably, I should say there's 100% somebody who's out there who has very likely already done the things that you're trying to learn. So instead of you going out there and maybe spending hundreds of thousands of hours trying to learn something that you can learn right from the get-go, get it right from the get-go, and get right to work, right? Now, it doesn't mean everyone's going to have every answer to every problem, but at the same time, can they save you a lot of headache and a lot of time by actually showing you what you could physically do to get there faster, right? It just makes sense. Instead of spinning our tires and wasting time on trying things that we think are going to work and then finding out that in actuality, they don't work. And many people have already found this out, right? So they can give us valuable feedback. They can really help us through any obstacles that we start to overcome and really a lot of these growing pains. Now, personally, how has coaching made a difference in my career? Well, from personal experience, I can tell you I've worked with probably now 4 different coaches throughout my career. I can tell you my first coach was an absolute game changer for me. Shout out to Brandon Morinen. He was a fantastic coach, and he actually helped me with my scripting, understanding what it meant to be a listing agent, exactly how to put systems in process, how to follow up with clients efficiently, like understanding human communication on a level that I never even thought about when it comes to sales. Like, if you are not even a person who studies human communication on a regular basis, you should, in whatever career that you're in. If you're an entrepreneur, understanding human communication, I cannot emphasize that enough. But like understanding to a level, it just helps you so much with de-escalating issues. It can even help in personal relationships. It helps in sales. It helps in conversion, just even conversations and networking opportunities, right? If we understand human communication, human signals, and how to communicate with people effectively, it can change everything. And that really opened my eyes, was having this coach that was there to really tell me like, hey, maybe there's a different approach or a way that we can say this that all of a sudden says, okay, I'm open to this idea, or I'm very intrigued by this approach that this guy has. And one of the things I've always appreciated about the way that I get a lot of feedback from my clients is the approach that they get, that I'm very, very non-pressured when it comes to anything. Most people don't respond well to pressure. They don't like being pressured when it comes to sales. They don't like being pressured when it comes to making decisions. Studies show that most people make bad decisions actually when there is too much pressure at place. So in the same aspect, I've always stopped and looked at the way that I communicate with my clients and the way that I take every step and approach, and that they're not feeling pressured, or that they don't feel like it is a salesy type approach that I take with them. And so that's really where I felt like there was a huge shift in my business, was when I stopped selling and I started serving people, right? Again, one of his philosophies, we start serving. We are service providers rather than a person who just helps you sell homes, right? Or who collects a commission check at the end of the day. And so that's when you can really start to see some things seriously change for you. And that's what I want to encourage you, is that being open to the idea that you don't know it all, right? Staying humble, no matter how high you climb in business, there is always someone who's going to be bigger, who's going to be better, who has done more than you. And so looking for those opportunities of those people and who will help you. So let's talk about the specific impacts that they've had on my career as with working with a coach. Well, they help me to identify my strengths or my weaknesses, right? They help me set clear goals, and their goal was always to develop strategies to help me achieve those goals. So it wasn't just, Drake, we want you to sell, 10 listings a month. They had every single step and process in place that was to help me get to that, right? So first year I had done, over 20 transactions, which was incredible for being a new agent. assistant. And, I was really proud of myself for what I was able to accomplish because I even surpassed my own mentor that had started coaching me in real estate in my first year. And then in my second year, I was able to double that production, right? And then the next year did the same thing. So I continued to progress each and every year, but only because I had clear goals set, because I understood the work ethic that was behind it. And then now I got to the point where I started getting referrals and repeat business that was coming back to me because I stayed in it long enough. Now, working with a coach, I really would say was also a roadmap, right? That guided me through the complexities of growing a business. Because that's the one thing that we don't always understand is what are the growing pains that are ahead of me, right? And not everyone understands that until you actually get there. But if you work with someone who already understands where you're at and where you're going and where you're trying to get, or they have been there, then that's the perfect coach for you because they're going to be able to tell you exactly where you're going to be or the next things that are coming your way and help you to plan accordingly. A specific example that I would use, for instance, was under utilizing technology. So what my first coach first helped me to understand was that trying to get listings, right? So understanding how to talk on the phone, get the appointments, get the listings. Then once I got all these listings under contract, I got into the problem of how do you juggle multiple listings and understanding multiple things that are all pending at the same time, multiple deals, multiple agents calling you, multiple clients trying to get in touch with you. So then I was moving into that next level of understanding now how does a top producer work on a regular basis, right? And so that's what you have to start to think about is having a coach who not only understands how to get you to that level, but once you're there, how am I going to juggle all of these things? Because there were days where, yes, I kind of freaked out and I would be like, holy moly, what am I going to do? I have this person asking for, property analysis. I have this person asking to go see a property. I have this person, this agent calling me, asking me questions. This one needs a contract signed. This one wants to have photos done on this day. So it's just your head starts to spin because there's so many things all happening at the same time. Well, the first thing was I needed an assistant. And that was what he helped me to understand. That getting an assistant in there was a game changer for me because they were able to help me leverage my time and take things off of my hands. That way I can better get back to work and doing the things that I need to actually be present for. Because most people, if they understand the contracts and understand the assistant work, they can do the paperwork for you and save you a lot of trouble. Where you're better suited is speaking with clients direct, actively looking for more business and trying to continue that pipeline and that flow of steady income. Because if you are stopping to do all of what we call sometimes the $5 to $7 an hour work, which could be this admin or paperwork or dropping off things or picking up little things here and there, then you could be busy doing the $100 or the $1,000 an hour work, right? Which is actually making those phone calls, connecting with more clients or more sellers, and then getting more business in your pipeline. And that's how we keep your business from going up and down, but rather that we're staying steady. We're continuing to prospect on a regular basis. And that's what keeps the business and the pipeline rolling. I would say, for instance, one of the biggest breakthroughs I had was learning how to manage my time more effectively. Learning how to live in your calendar is an absolute game changer because time management and having systems in place for productivity has really allowed me to focus on the things that matter. For instance, I am one of those people that really, really enjoys going to the gym. Like, I love it. But if I did not understand the importance of putting it in my schedule and going at a regular scheduled time, then I found myself just either having days where I'd absolutely skip, or there were days where it was in the middle of my day and I'm trying to squeeze it in and I'm getting all these phone calls and getting distracted and allowing my time to be taken away from me. Where really a lot of the clients I was chasing in a lot of ways are agents I'm chasing, these deals or the different things and answering at every whim of when they call, rather than protecting my time and my schedule and saying, well, no, this is my time that I go to the gym, right? From this hour to this hour is my protected time where I say, no, this is my gym time. If the house is not burning down, right? Or if no one's got shot, it's nothing crazy, right? Way, way off of the rails, then I'm allowed to protect this time. It is my time. I own it, right? So I'm able to say to myself, no, between these hours and these hours, I am actually going to dictate that is when I'm going to do my own personal time of whatever that may be. And then I'm going to get back to the other calls and the other things once I'm finished this, right? Once I allow that time to open up to where I'm willing to answer answer calls or do those things. So protecting your time was a huge thing in time management, understanding living in that calendar and making sure that I utilize that calendar for everything that I do was a huge game changer for me. And that's what a coach helped me to understand, is making sure that my calendar is filled, but filled with things that are all going to help me move the needle forward, and they're going to help me to continue to work toward my goals. That's the thing, is staying motivated. And that's what a coach is there for, right? To make sure that when things get tough, because they do. Absolutely, guys, there are always times when you don't feel like prospecting, you don't feel like going to the gym, you don't feel like following up with past clients. You don't even feel like getting out of bed. I mean, I've been very honest about, different mental health struggles or different days where my energy is just not there. And we all know that the difference between someone who is successful and someone who is not successful is that the people who are successful are willing to do the things that unsuccessful people won't, right? So the days I'm tired, well, I still want to be fit. So I'm going to get up and go to the gym anyway. I'm tired. I don't feel like being up right now. I don't want to go. But I can tell you, once I get to the gym and I get through that workout, I am super happy I did it. Prospecting, right? I think about the fact I don't want to get on the phone. I don't feel like talking to a bunch of strangers, some who might yell at me, people who will hang up on me, people who don't appreciate the time and the effort and the work that I'm going to put into them, right? In trying to help them sell their home or connect with these clients, right? Help them find the perfect home. I don't want to do that sometimes. But if I pick up the phone and actually make those phone calls, I can tell you at the end of those sessions, especially if I connected with people who actually are looking for my help or who appreciate the things that I do, it all makes a huge difference in the way that I feel at the end, right? The outcome is what motivates me to keep doing those things. And so that's why it can be a game changer for you when you start to understand that sometimes it just means pushing through. And that's what a coach can do for you. They can push you through those moments, help you to understand that it is going to take some sweat, some equity that you're going to have to put into this, right? Some sweat equity is what they call it, right? That you're going to have to put into this to really get the outcome that you're looking for. Now, it is important that the coach is someone that you feel comfortable with and that you think understands the goals. So what I would recommend is you doing some research and finding recommendations of different coaches, right? Because that was one of the things I always did, was tons and tons of research. I would see if this real estate coach resonated with the type of business that I wanted to run. So if I look at them and I look at the things that they are doing, right? The way that they are treating their coaching clients, the way that they approach their business, their strategies, their marketing, the way that they're speaking, because most of them will allow you to experience some sort of coaching lesson with them, right? You can attend one of their classes. You can see some of their trainings on YouTube. There are a million different things that they'll allow you to kind of test the waters to see if they're going to be a good fit for you. So I encourage you to really dig into those things, right? Read if they have any books. Go online, look at their YouTube channel and really study their videos. Look at their social media. Look at all of the things that they're doing and then decide for yourself if they have the energy that will match yours. Are they going to be the drill sergeant type, right? That's going to be really, really hard on you, all about numbers and like make you want to cry some days, right? Like those really, really tough ones. Or is it going to be the love on you approach, right? Where they're loving, they're motivating, they're there to support and guide you, right? That's another opportunity that you can have with some coaches. So obviously doing your research, seek recommendations from other people. Usually you can talk to other successful people and see if they've worked with any of these coaches before. Look at testimonials on their website. Video testimonials, I feel like, are always much stronger than just written testimonials because anybody can type up some words. But if you have people who actually are willing to get on camera and discuss their experience with someone, I really feel like that brings more validity to it, especially if it's an agent or someone within an industry that you can just actively look up and even ask them about their experience, which I've done before. Many times I've reached out to other people who have coached with somebody. Before I make this big investment, I want to know that, it's actually legit, it's true, and that these people actually found some results by working with this certain program or this certain coach. So absolutely look into it. And, if they offer initial consultation, obviously take them up on that as well. Most coaches offer that first initial consultation where you can sit down with them. You can discuss their opportunity, talk about their approach, ask them the real tough drilling questions. What kind of things that you can expect from them, right? What are their methods? What is their experience? How are they going to tailor that coaching to your individual needs? That's a great one, right? Because some people have these copy and paste programs where it's just big cookie cutter, and it goes over and over and over again to each and every person, but nothing's really dictated to specifically for you or how your goals are going to be affected or what are they going to do to treat you as a person rather than just a number. And finally, I mean, just trust your instincts, right? When it comes to picking the right coach. Coaches really is kind of a personal journey, right? For yourself. You have to, at the end of the day, feel a vibe or an energy with that coach. Like you feel like they're going to give you that motivation that you're looking for and that you guys are going to work well together. Because I have definitely worked with some coaches that I felt rubbed me the wrong way, have not been as motivating as they promised, or have not been as hard on me as I needed them to be. Too passive. And my personality is a bit on the stronger side where I'm okay with saying, I screwed up today, or I didn't do something, or didn't feel like doing it. And, somebody who just passively is like, that's okay, no big deal, like everything's going to be okay type situation, versus if you wanted somebody to be a bit tougher on you, like, how are we going to make this a difference? Like, are you going to continue to settle, for this baseline, or this sort of work that you're doing, right? So really stop and think about that. What are you trying to get out of this coach? What exactly are you looking for? And then is it really resonating with you as a person? And are they going to really, really help you get what you want out of it? Because it can be expensive. I have spent, I would say over the years, thousands of dollars in coaching. And when I say thousands, I say thousands. Lots and lots of money on coaching. But I feel like over the years, it has been 1,000% worth it, because the best investment you can ever make is yourself, right? You are the CEO of your company. You are the CEO of your life. And so anytime that you can invest back in yourself, I always think is a great investment. There is no wasted money when it comes to investing back in making a better you. There is only one you. And if you are the one who is bringing the bread home from your family, if you are the owner of your business and you are in charge of making sure that it continues to grow, it prospers, and it sticks around, then you absolutely need to make sure you're investing back in yourself. And so one way of doing that is what I've said is exactly this coaching and going into coaching and understanding why it's so important. But again, there are a million different kinds of coaches that you can find out there in different places. The best places for research, I think, is going, into different Facebook groups or even doing YouTube. I think YouTube has been my newest and favorite way of searching any type of topic or anything that I want to learn about. YouTube is flooded with different information. And I feel like that most legitimate, I think, coaches have some sort of YouTube presence where they're educating people and they're offering something of value, because it is like reciprocation in a lot of ways, right? I feel like if a coach is willing to offer things for free, right? Not necessarily always expecting something in return, I do think it ends up getting them something in return. So if they're out and they're offering all of this knowledge and all of these helpful things, then it's usually safe to assume that if they're willing to offer all this when it's free, that if I go into their paid program, I can expect that much more from them, or I can expect that next level of treatment or interaction with them. So always look for those things. A few coaching programs that I've done, just you may be out of curiosity or curious about the types of coaches that I've worked with. Well, as I mentioned, I worked with Brendan Mulrennan. He's changed his program quite a few different times, so I'm not even sure at this point what it's called, but it was Listing Agent Academy, FSBO Domination. I've worked with Krista Mayshore. She was a guest. You may want to go back and listen to one of my episodes where I specifically worked with her. And I would say she helped me master the power of digital marketing and understanding how you can utilize that. Being a CEO of your own business and your brand, being a community market leader, I thought that was so powerful in a lot of the messaging and the branding that I've done over the years, is understanding that just being a real estate agent doesn't really get you there, that people need to view you as an advisor for your entire area, and how you can become almost a local celebrity. That part is so important, because the people who are the best marketers are always the ones who usually win. It doesn't matter how amazing of an agent you are. If nobody knows about you, then that's never going to help you. And so that was an amazing coach that I've worked with. Currently, I'm with Club Wealth and Michael Hellickson, and they are a great coaching program that's available as well. I'm really enjoying everything that I'm doing with them. I've coached with the Massive Agent Society. I've also done some coaching there with Dustin Brome. So there's lots of different coaching programs and different things that you can do. I've done even some men's health programs and just some separate little small coaching things here and there that are all about mindset, motivation, becoming a better you. But specifically real estate gear, those are the ones that I've done so far. And, I'm venturing right into a brand new coaching program as we speak as well. So I'm always looking at dumping back into me because I do think it's investments in your business. It's just like hiring another assistant or hiring someone that's here to help you, right? So I'm always looking at my systems and processes, my training for my agents. How can I make it better? And that's what I'm always looking. It's looking beyond what I already know and saying, I don't know enough. I want to know more and I want to make it better. And I want it to be better because the better I make myself as a leader and the better I make my systems and my processes, then of course, the better my business is going to be, the more agents I'll be able to partner with. And it's really going to help me to continue to grow, not only as a business, but as a mentor myself. So if you're considering working with a coach, I encourage you to take the plunge. I think it is absolutely something worth it. I think it will change your life. It will change your business, unlock your full potential. I think which is so important. If you guys have questions or comments about coaching, you can always feel free to reach out to me. I am very active on Instagram. That's probably one of the easiest ways to reach out to me. Or you can send me an email. I always will respond to any type of emails or any kind of communication if you guys are curious about any of the coaching, or if you want to partner with me. I absolutely coach every agent who partners with me within my organization. So if you are curious about how that works, reach out to me, DM me. You can even set up a call. The link is in my bio where we can hop on a discovery call and just talk about where you're at in your business and if there is a way that I can potentially help you continue to grow and unlock your full potential. But thank you guys again so much for always watching and listening. You guys are the absolute best. I love the feedback that I'm getting. And if you feel so kind and so giving to do this, but we would love to hear your feedback on what you think of the show and any of the episodes. But we would love if you enjoyed these episodes, please tell us what you feel. I would love to hear some more of reviews and what you guys are thinking of the show. Share it with a friend, subscribe. But again, thank you guys so much for helping me with this community and being a part of it. But keep diving deep, striving for greatness. And I know you guys will go far. I'll see y'all in the next one. Thank you so much.
Thank you for diving into the world of entrepreneurial grit, personal growth, and financial mastery. Drake is here to arm you with the necessary toolkit to cultivate, nurture, and realize your groundbreaking ideas. Keep journeying with us by tuning in to subsequent episodes at deepdivewithdrake.com. The path to a flourishing entrepreneurial life is within reach if you commandeer your professional voyage and steadfastly chase your ambitions. See you on the next highly engaging episode. Until next time.